All right, good morning, everybody. I'm not here today. I'm going to be in the library working with the science fair, but I really felt it important that I would talk to you guys a little bit about how to calculate slope from your data table. So, for the most part, everyone should have a graph here, and then you should be plotting all your points. You should have your time axis set up so that each box, or every other box, as this student did, was 1/10 of a second, because that's the distance between the dots. And then along your vertical axis you had your distance in centimeters, your total distance relative to your origin. So your numbers should get out to like 30s or 40s, and then your dots should go back all the way out to a second. And actually this should be 1 second for this student right here. Okay, so what you may have done in math class before is just to count number of boxes. For example, if I were to just use this point right here, this triangle right here, to calculate my slope, I might count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes here, and then my run is my rise is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes up here, and you could say your slope was 5/8. But that is not correct. We can't just count boxes, because each box is not just worth 1. Each box in this case is like it's less than 1/10 of a second. So it's not 1-to-1. You can't just count boxes. So many of you in your math class have just counted boxes, and that works okay, but only when your scale is 1-to-1. And if you do count boxes, then you have to do all this unit conversion stuff. So I'm going to show you a method that is going to help you calculate the slope. And there's a handout for this, and the teacher has this handout. It looks like this. It's a handout on how to calculate slope by identifying points. So you're going to get this. She's going to your sub should hand this out to you today. But I'm going to take you through it, and you can take a peek at this. All right. So the first thing you do is you have your dots here, and then you draw with a ruler your line of best fit, which means sometimes if you look at some of these points over here, the line doesn't go exactly through the dots, and that's okay. You just want to try to catch as many dots as you can, and that's what we want to do. The second step is to pick 2 good points. And when I mean good points, I mean points that go through the crosshair, okay? And it doesn't have to be a data point. It could be a point like that one right there. It's not a data point, but it hits the crosshair it hits the middle of it right easily. So I could have picked that point too. It doesn't matter which points you pick along the line. You just have to pick a point along the line. Like I could even pick maybe even that point. That point is pretty close to the crosshair too. So what I did here is I'm going to pick a couple of easy points. I'm going to pick 0, 0, and I'm going to pick this guy right up here. Okay, it could be anywhere because this slope is a constant slope. No matter where I pick my points, I'm going to get the same answer. And then all you do right now to calculate my rise, which is from here to here, I just read the numbers off the graph. So my first number here is going to be 15, and then my final number here, right here, is going to be 0. So it's just 15 minus 0, and these are centimeters. Okay, so this again, that is going to be my rise, and I'm going to divide by my run. Along the bottom here, my run, I finished up at 0.4. So 0.4 seconds minus, and then I picked the point right here at 0, 0 seconds. So I got 15 centimeters divided by 0.4 seconds. And if I divide that out with my calculator, don't leave fractions, I don't like those, I get 37.5 centimeters per second. Okay, so I've got a number here, a decimal number. I have units. Okay, I've carried all my units through so I don't get confused by it, and this gives me the value of my slope. So I want you guys to look back at your lab. If you counted boxes, I'll guarantee your slope number is not right, and you won't be, this number should hopefully look a little familiar to some, or it should be really close to some other numbers that you calculated. Okay, so this is what I want to see when in that box where it says calculate your slope and show all work. This is what I want you to do. So go back and check this while you guys have some time, and make sure you get this part right. This is the part that I'm really going to emphasize when I'm looking at your labs and I'm grading them. Okay, good luck.